Hey everybody, welcome to another Wedding Wednesday. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to my channel because I put out new videos all the time. And with Wedding Wednesdays, we're going to have so much fun, so I hope you join me. Hit the bell icon, that'll let you know when I post new videos. Today we're going to learn how to make really cute Hershey Kiss stickers that you can personalize. These are great for birthday parties and weddings, of course. Great for bachelorette parties, bridal showers, engagement parties. There's so much you can do with these, and they're a really fun way to give your guests a little something extra that's just really cute and personalized. I'm going to take you over to Design Space and show you how we're going to make our stickers. In Design Space, we need to make the circle that's going to go on the bottom of our Hershey Kisses. So, all you need to do is open up your shapes and just open a circle. Now, obviously, this is too big, but I want to keep it large for now so that we can design inside of it easily and see it. So I'm actually going to expand it pretty large just so you guys get a better look at it, and it makes it just easier for everyone to see. So with this, all we have to do now is I'm going to just decide on what color I want the background. You can do any color you want. If you're trying to save ink, do white. I'm going to just go ahead and do let's do a cactus pink. I don't know. Whatever color your wedding is or your birthday party or whatever you're making these for, you can totally color coordinate. I'm just kind of picking something fun. We're going to add some text to this one. And let's just do, she said yes. And I'm actually going to put yes on another line. So if you ever want to separate your text into lines, all you have to do is just press enter before your next text or go back to edit it and do the text, that way, and just hit enter. And you can actually do an alignment on these and center them. And then you can make them as big as you want, space them out, whatever you want to do with them. I'm going to make my writing white. I think it'll look kind of pretty against this bright pink. So we'll make that white. And we'll just add some fun things around it. So for this one, let's keep this one pretty simple. Let's just do some hearts. We're not going to do anything too crazy on this one. We'll do 3 different designs here so we can show you. And I'm just going to duplicate my heart a few times. And I'll change my heart colors based on, maybe whatever my other wedding color might be. So let's just say I'm going to have a pink and purple wedding. So let's just do pink and we'll do lavender hearts. I think that will look really pretty and they'll match, and it's going to be, we'll call this one the spring wedding. So once we've done that, we know that we need to make sure that everything prints and that the circle's going to cut out. So what you can do for this is we're going to change all of these to print. So go over into your layers tab, and right up here, it's in the upper right hand side, it says print. Just click on that. And one way to tell that you have it set to print is that black outline goes away. So you're going to do that for each of your hearts. Now you could do this step before you duplicated them. I just kind of didn't think about it, but you can easily do that. So you just want to set everything to print. And we're going to go ahead and set this guy to print as well. So now you got to select your whole item. So everything on here, and you're going to click flatten. And what that does is it keeps everything in one piece, and it tells the Cricut that it's going to print everything, but it's going to cut out the circle. If you do a white circle with stuff in the middle, it may look like your circle disappears, but I promise you it's still there. So now that we've gotten this design done, we need to just size this down to the size that we need. And it's a little over, it's a little over 3/4 of an inch. So I'm just going to do it at 0.8 inches. So you can see it's pretty little. So we'll just stick that over to the side. We're going to open up another circle. And let's do this one as more of an elegant theme. So let's make this one white. Now see what I say when I say it kind of looks hard to see. But once you tell it it's going to print it, it's going to be even harder to see. And I apologize, guys, if you hear a little bell in the background. I have a kitten, and she's just determined to sit on my lap and annoy me. So we're going to enter some text in this one. And let's do a pretty monogram. So we'll just use ours, and our last name is Blackstone, obviously, so we have a B. So we're going to make our B really big, and I'm probably going to change my font. I want something a little bit more elegant and fat, like a little thick, and I know which font I'm going for. And this font is called Christmas Time. It's really pretty, but It's a personal use only font, so keep that in mind. But you can use it for something like your wedding if you're doing like cool stuff. So I'm going to use the B. I think it looks really cute, but it's hard to center the B because it's got like these weird lines. So what you can do, and I'm going to teach you guys this, select the B and the circle, go up here to a line, and find where it says center, I believe it's horizontally. Nope, wrong one. Hang on, I have to find the right one. Sometimes it's, here we go. It's the center right in the bottom here. It says center. And what that does is it centers your B. And see what I mean? It's sort of hard to center that because it's like a weird shape. Now, obviously, if you don't like the way it sits, that's fine. You can move it around if you prefer it to sit more like this. But that was its actual center. So just keep that in mind. But it depends on your letter. Like the B doesn't look right centered. So now we're going to add some text. And we're just going to do our names. And we'll just do, and actually our names are really long, so maybe what we'll do is we'll do C, and I'll put a heart, and his name is Brian, so it's another B, but we'll change our font on this one, and we'll just do something more blocky, a little easier to read maybe, something like, sure, let's go with that for now. Now, we do want to change the color on this because it's going to stand out really bad if we don't. So let's just do blue because I think our colors are blue and whatever. We'll just go with it. I'm going to ungroup the letters on this just because I need to move them further apart. So we're going to just move them further apart so that they are not covering up our B. And this may make you need to move your B around a little bit. So keep that in mind. You may want to move around your letter. And I'm just going to add a little heart on it just so that it's, and I'm going to put the heart probably behind the B maybe. I might slice it out. Again, guys, this is all up to you and what you want your invitations or your little, oh, if my brain would work, we'd be doing great. You're going to need, oh gosh, I'm so sorry. My brain just went blank. These are for your kisses, your Hershey Kisses. So you can make this really big if you want to so that it covers up like a way more space and you can still tell it's a heart. So let's go with that. Again, these are just really quick, simple things that you can do. You obviously can make these really, really elegant if you want. So what you're going to need to do, again, make sure everything is set to print. So we're just going to make sure everything is set to print. Again, you'll see the black lines go away. Now remember, the circle, it's going to look like it disappears. See what I mean? Totally looks like it's gone. It's not, I promise. So what you want to do is make sure you select the whole thing, click flatten again, and we're again going to go up here and resize to 0.8. That will make it so that it fits on your Hershey Kiss. Again, I know these seem super small, but really, in reality, the bottom of a Hershey Kiss is pretty gosh darn small. And I just dropped one on the floor. They are really tiny. I mean, you could probably go a little bit larger than 0.8. You might be able to go up to almost a 0.9. I just don't want them to be too big and hang over the sides. So let's do one more design. Let's do a circle again. And again, I'm going to make it larger. And let's do like where we take an image from Google so that I can show you guys. So let's say that the wedding theme is blue flowers. So let's just look for blue flower clip art. This is one of my favorite things that we can do. You can use print and cut for so much stuff that you can really truly make things very much your own. So let's just find a set of blue flowers that we like. Maybe we can find a ring of them or something. Let's see if we can find a nice ring of blue flowers. This kitten, by the way, guys, I hope you can't hear her because she is just driving me nuts. Someday I'll have to show you guys. She's really cute, but she's really annoying. So I'm not really seeing anything here. Let's see. Let's just try looking for flower circle border. There we go. Let's try flower circle border, see what comes up. Sometimes you just have to look for things and see what you find. Yeah, let's go with this one. This one looks okay. Maybe not that one. Let's see if we find something that doesn't have too much on it. Yep, let's go with this. So we're going to save this image. We'll just save it as, flowers. And go ahead and save that. Make sure you know what folder you save it in. So we'll go over to our design space, click upload, and we're going to upload this image, click browse, and you'll find it in whatever folder you saved it in. So there it is. Now with this one, we do want to make sure, oops, I'm going to go with simple on this one. We're going to make sure, oh wait, maybe not. Oh boy. Let's try complex and see if that works. We're going to want to make sure we get rid of this background best we can because we don't want to print that part. So click continue, and hopefully we can get rid of most of this junk, and you can try to get rid of some of that. Let's click preview and just see. We might need to clean up a few little spots. And I know normally you do this for cuts, but because this is going to be put into a circle, I just want to make sure that like this stuff doesn't try to like print out or anything. You just want to make sure any of these weird little globs are gone. Again, you don't have to worry about the inside of the circle. That won't matter. It's these little globs on the outside you just want to make sure aren't here. But again, you can use the preview, and what that does is it shows you if you missed anything on the outside edges. So now we've cleaned that up. Go ahead, click continue. You want to save it on this side over here as a print then cut file. Click save. And it takes a second. Your print then cuts usually take a little bit longer to save than a cut file because they have a lot more data to them. So it does take a minute, and then inserting them takes a little bit longer too, just again because they are a bigger file. So we'll let that insert. So here we go. Let's change the color of our circle. We'll go ahead and just do a white circle for this one as well. And what I want to do is fit my flowers best I can inside of my circle. Now it does, again, design space weird thing that it does. You have to give it a second to catch up with you when you're moving things around. So we'll just kind of move our circle and just try to make sure that we get the flowers pretty well centered. They have some leaves that stick out in weird spots, so they are going to be kind of awkward, but that's okay. It won't look bad. So let's go ahead and do a text in this one, and we'll do, let's just do first initials, and let's just do C and B, and then we can do like the wedding date. So we'll just use our wedding date just because. Now I'm not going to stick with this font. It's kind of ugly for what this is going to look like. So go through, find a pretty font that you like. Again, this thing right here is all going to be a personal preference. You don't have to do the same designs I do. This is just showing you guys how to do them. I am going to bold them, and then what I want to do is change my line spacing, or I can just ungroup to lines, which I'll just ungroup to lines because I want to make the lines a little bit bigger based on what they are. So it, for some reason, ungrouped to letters. I'm going to click undo because I clicked the wrong thing. So ungroup to lines, not to letters. And what that does is it gives you each line individually, and then you can resize them based on where you put them on your sticker. So we're going to go ahead and just make these just a little bit bigger. Again, just eyeball the center on them. No one will notice if it's not 100% centered. So make sure that you change your writing to print. You're going to do that for both of these. And this is already set to print, and then you need to change your circle to print. Select the entire design, and again, click on flatten. It's going to take a second, and then you need to resize it down to the size that you want. So we'll do, 0.8. I think I sized that wrong. I think I sized that to 8. I think it missed my point, so 0.8. Again, I know that these look really, really small, and they are pretty small, but you got to remember, bottom of your Hershey Kiss is pretty small. And I have mine zoomed out kind of far, just so you guys can see it. So if you zoom in a little bit better, you'll see, and you can actually get this pretty true to size. And this is about true to size with how big they're going to be. So you can see the white ones are going to look smaller just because you can't see the outline of them, but this pink one is pretty good. Before we can go cut, we need to go into the advanced settings for our cut settings. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Go up into these 3 little lines in your upper left-hand corner and click on those. You are going to go to Manage Custom Materials, which is the 3rd one down after Canvas. Click on that. It's going to find your Cricut device. It takes a second, and you can always switch your machine if you're using 2 machines, but make sure you choose the right one. And what we're going to do, and I don't like the way they have this set up. I don't know why it's set this way. I think it's set by cut pressure, but you're going to find your sticker paper removable. Now mine is at the top because I did test cut this before I posted this, but I wanted to make sure that it would in fact work. So we're going to hit edit, And the removable sticker paper was normally at 102, I believe, somewhere around 106, 102. I can't remember for sure. But when I cut it on that, it cut too hard and it cut through the backing of our sticker paper. So what I did is I went into the custom setting, and you can reduce the pressure. So I reduced it all the way down to 70. You can also change it for multi-cuts. I didn't need to do that. We only wanted to cut once. And then it gives you the fine point blade. All you do is click save, and that's done. And scroll all the way down to the bottom, which again, I don't like the way they have this set up. We're going to select done. And we are going to click on make it. And I'm just going to do a couple sets of these for you, but you guys can put in a whole bunch up here at the top where it says project copies, again, upper left hand, and it will print a ton of them. So if you just want to get all your stickers done in one fell swoop, super easy to do. I'll just do 5 sets for now, just to kind of give you guys an idea of how it's going to print. So we're going to click continue. Super easy to do once you've gotten to this part. Click send to printer. We're going to print it. Now, I've already printed mine, but you'll select your printer and click print. Leave your bleed on, because then you won't end up with any white around the outside. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this because, again, I'm going to just show you I already printed. So I'm going to browse all my materials, and all I want to do is search for sticker. And what we want to do is find the sticker paper removable, which is the one that we edited. Click on done. And then we'll go over to the machine, load the machine, and we'll be all set. So this is my printer. It's a Canon color printer, nothing fancy. It is an inkjet. That is something you need to make sure that you know about your printer, whether it's a laser or an ink, because your materials will tell you which kind you can use. So we're just using some Avery sticker paper. For anyone who wants to know the number, if they want to order the same stuff, I'll put a link below, but it's 3383 in the Avery brand. It's just this one. It's got like the pink stuff on the front. It's an 8.5 by 11 sheet, and it's white. So this is your paper, and then this is the back. You'll want to make sure you know which way your printer feeds. Mine feeds so that the front of the paper should always be facing out. That's just one of those things you need to know about your printer, is which way it feeds. And if you don't know, an easy way to do it is to print something, just anything at all, and put an arrow on your paper. So you just put an arrow on this front part, facing down, and that'll show you which way it feeds based on which way it comes out when it's ready to, gosh, my brain, when it's ready to print, it'll show you which way it comes out. It's really super easy, super simple. But we're going to get this printed out, and then we can get them cut on the machine. So mine makes a weird noise when it loads paper. It's just what it does. So keep that in mind. Printers make weird noises. So it's going to pull our paper in. And I will say this printer prints pretty quickly, which I really, really like. It is nice and fast. It's also a scanner. I have yet to use the scanner function, but it does have a scanner, which is fun if you are using, you know, if you want to use somebody's handwriting, you can use it through the scanning part, which is cool. So yeah, mine, I just put new ink in, so it's probably going to take just slightly longer to set up the print, but it'll be fine. I just had to put some new color ink in it. I've printed quite a few really colorful things lately, so I needed some new color. The ink for this is also fairly inexpensive, and it does seem to last a while, so I'm going to let you guys see. It's going to come out here. Now, a lot of people ask about these black lines that you'll see. They'll start to come out. You see these black lines? These are registration marks so that your machine knows where to cut. These are important, and you have to have them if you intend on your machine cutting out your design. There's nothing you can do about them, getting rid of them, because it has to have these lines. It has to be able to read these particular lines. If it doesn't have them, it will not cut them correctly. So that's something to keep in mind if you're going to be printing these a lot, is that you are going to go through a little bit more ink just because of the lines. If you want to take your project to print elsewhere and then have your machine cut it, you have to print through the Design Space software. If you don't, it won't have these registration marks, and you're still not going to be able to cut. Now, you can take it somewhere else that will allow you to plug your laptop or your computer in or your tablet in and print from that, but you need to make sure that it does come through Design Space. So here is our printed out items. I'll get you guys nice and close so you can see them. I think they came out really cute. Again, it's going to depend on the style of your wedding and what you want to do, or your birthday party, or whatever you're using for them. But I think they came out really nice. So let's get over to the machine. We're going to put this on a mat, and we can get it cut out. we're ready to cut, and as I've shown you, you set your machine to the custom setting. Now, I didn't print out a ton of them, but you can fit about 25 total of like each set. So can't math right now, but it's quite a few stickers. I showed you how to do the material on your screen. So I always say load any kind of sticker paper, anything basically that says sticker on it, load it onto a blue mat because of the backing. I find that the green is a little bit too sticky. So we're going to load it in. This is just going to use the regular blade that came with your Maker or your Explorer. You can do this on both. Keep in mind, if you're using the Explorer series, it does need to be on white paper, but you can print your stickers any color you desire. So you'll see right now that it's going to read our marks. Now, I do have a bunch of extra light on in the room just for filming. I will show you. Hopefully it will read them. If it doesn't, what we'll do is we'll turn off the lights above. But I added some more lighting in here, so hopefully you guys can see all of our videos a lot better. But we'll see what it does as far as causing this thing to read the things. Okay, so it's going to read them fine. Sometimes if you have too much light, it cannot read your lines. It gets a little confused. So you just turn off lights in your room, or on the Explorer, just close the top of your machine. So it's going to go ahead and cut out our circles. Remember to leave your bleed on, that way you don't have any white around them. And this is a pretty quick process. Now, if you have a lot more, it's obviously going to go a little bit slower. I will recommend always test cutting. I did a test cut just to make sure that I have the cut settings correctly placed, and that way it's not going to waste any paper. The last time I did try to cut, it cut through the sticker paper. We were having a little bit of a problem, so I went back. I test cut for you guys so we can get a better idea of what we needed to set this to. So we're going to let this finish cutting out. Should just take another second. And I'm going to show you guys. We'll pull it off the mat, and then we'll be ready to put them on the Hershey Kisses. It's all done, so we're going to unload it, and we'll get it off the mat. I'm going to go ahead and pull this off of our mat. Again, I use the blue mat just because the back of this paper, I don't want it to pull up off of, because it's got little cuts in it, so it's easier to pull your stickers off. But I'll just show you. Right there, you have your sticker. So we get these applied to the bottom of our Hershey Kisses, which are so cute and so fun. Let me grab some of them for you. Now, again, I'm using the ones that came with the candy canes on them. So all we do is just take your sticker and stick it right on the bottom. And this is such a fun craft. You can do these for all sorts of different events. These are great for birthday parties, weddings, bridal showers, gifts. They're really fun, and they make just a fun little craft that you guys can do, and you can personalize them any way you want. Like I said, I did these ones for a wedding type style, but these are great for everything, and this is good for Wedding Wednesday. I hope you guys had a really fun time learning how to make these. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm always happy to answer those for you. Make sure to subscribe to my channel because we have Wedding Wednesdays this year, and I'm so excited for you guys to have these beautiful DIY weddings. Hit the bell icon. That'll let you know when I post a new video. If you guys are struggling with anything, whether it's wedding or whether it is just crafts in general, put that in the comments down below. I'm happy to make you guys tutorials. Have a wonderful day and happy crafting.